So I discovered something that kind of blew my mind out of the water. And the reason why cannabis stocks are so volatile is because of ETFs. There's actual ETFs out there that are trading these stocks. At least I think so. I think they're like moving the price of the stocks around, which is creating volatility. At least in my opinion, there's multiple stocks out there. MSOS is just US operators, and it has nothing to do with any of these other stocks. But some of these have like Canadian companies in them, and some of them have high tide. So like for example, this one, EFMG Alternative Harvest, as you can see, EFMG, Sundial. Institutions sure, ETFs sure love Sundial. Canopy Growth 7.24%. So let's just say, for example, if Canopy went up like a lot, right? They could sell off some shares, and then they could allocate it to, I don't know, High Tide or Aurora or some a stock in their portfolio that's not performing so well. And that's where all the volatility comes from, like I think, because look, this ETF owns 15 million shares of Aurora. That's one ETF. There's multiple ETFs out there. Like Podex owns. They don't own any High Tide, but they could add High Tide to their portfolio of cannabis list because High Tide is considered cannabis, but they might not. Who knows? I can't control what they want to do or don't want to do, but so yeah, YOLO, I think they have a big chunk of High Tide in them. So if High Tide crashes, and then let's say if the rest of the industry still does well, they'll sell off some of the other stock and buy High Tide. And then if High Tide goes up massively, they'll go sell off the High Tide and look for an underperformer and buy that stock. That's I think how ETFs manages their portfolio holding. They sell off an asset that's doing well, and they buy an asset that's not doing well, hoping that it will go up so they can make money along the way. Because the whole point of an ETF is to consistently make money and adjust portfolios, and that's why there's so much volatility. Because there's a lot of regular investors doing this, and then there's also day traders. There's also ETF managers. There's maybe even hedge funds and some institutions. There's a lot of factors in the market that kind of make up the market cap of a company. So if High Tide, which I'm biased on because I own it, if they do well, like if the business does well, a lot of these ETF managers and institutions and the overall market, they see how well High Tide execute. They might dedicate more of their portfolio to High Tide. Right now, a lot of portfolios like Sundial because they've done their research and they think Sundial is the most attractive cannabis company. That's why it's the highest on the symbol, okay, on the list. And High Tide is low because maybe they don't see the attractiveness of High Tide, but I think they should, because High Tide has a very, very small float, and the management seems to know how to execute a business, and the market cap is smaller compared to the rest of the industry. I honestly think these ETFs should put more into High Tide, but I'm biased. But whatever. They do what they want to do. I would like to see that. That would be pretty cool. Yeah. Like this one is Global Expert. What? Oh, Podex. See, they have like zero High Tide in there, right? They could put High Tide in, but they don't want to. They have, you know, Kronos Group, ACB. I almost like a lot of companies have ACB. Sundial is the top holding. You know, biggest market cap, market value set almost $7 billion, like almost $8 billion of value. 3.8 million shares. Yeah. No, they could easily buy 1 million shares of High Tide if they wanted to. Just put that in their portfolio. If they wanted to, I don't know if they will. So, just saying, they could. So, anyways, that's all I have to say in this video. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.